Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we teach you all about filmmaking, whether that be film gear, how to write a script, lighting, so on and so forth. Today is the continuance of the interview, part 2 of the leaders of independent filmmaking here in the Middle Georgia area, Hughes Imperial Production and Triple M. These independent filmmakers have been able to work on 3 productions and they are currently working on their 4th one. This is while their 3rd one is literally about to launch, and you're gonna get the entire spiel, everything there is to know about how they made this 3rd film a reality. We're talking to them about camera gear, how they wrote the script, how they come up with ideas, how they continue to find the inspiration to continue to do independent filmmaking, but also how they've been able to build a team that really pushes forward the vision. But enough talking, let's dive in.
So he's sent away by the judge. He was arrested for that crime.
Okay.
He didn't do it, but he took the fall because he's a leader. He took the fall to save everybody else. He always put himself last and put everyone he loved and cared about first. Even in life, that can be a gift and a curse. We had a lot of fun doing it. Chris edited, directed, Jeremy Patterson, cinematographer, Dino George, and they did most of the videography for it. Toward the end, I got back into the camera. I bought my camera. I shot some scenes with it or whatever. Basco was in it. We had a very hate relationship in the movie, but overall, man, I had fun. I loved it. Like, it was rewarding, and I can't wait for it to actually hit platform.
Are you like the main writer, or?
I wrote 90%. Chris came along, he added a couple scenes for me that fit in, because one thing I realized about a film, everything you wrote won't get filmed, and everything you film won't make the final cut. So, let me
tell you, I'm sitting at the end of the movie, right? So I say, send me the script, because I ain't seen the script since we began.
Yeah.
He sent me the script, so I'm going through, like, what is all this? If we would have filmed all that movie would have been like Roots.
The main script writer. My question to you, right? Writing the movies that I write, because I basically do everything solo. What keeps you motivated to continue writing? I'll be here and I'll write an entire scene and I'm just like, I'll stop. And it'll take me like a week or a month to come right back to it.
We are the same.
Okay.
We are the same. I will write something and time will be pushed, because I put a time frame on my stuff. Like, I want to be done with this at this time.
Yeah.
So when that time is coming, I'm like, okay, tonight I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna make me a glass of wine, and I'm gonna sit there with my pen and pad.
I know, right?
I sit down with my pen and pad, man, and I'm just like this for a whole 5 minutes. Next thing you know, I'm looking up, pads over there, pens over there, I'm watching TV.
Cup in hand.
But wine in hand.
Wine.
But then one day I might be riding, delivering on my van, and something gonna hit me from the movie, an idea, and now I'm excited. And the way I do it, I talk everything into my phone.
Okay.
Like, if we're 4 characters in my movie, I'll talk as you, and I will organize it when I get home on paper.
Okay.
But once I get back in that mode, then I'm writing probably 3, 4, 5 scenes to that. Okay. So that's how it's like. I hate it. Like, I wish I could just sit there and write the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But man, you just light when it comes to that.
But notice I said, I got off it. So when I start, I'm going. But see, I do something different than y'all. Y'all write it out, then type it. Me, I'm just going to type it, because I don't want to write all that and then set it up and have to type all of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and type it through the first time and get it over with. But I would do a scene. I don't think I like that. Delete. And then just go brainstorm once again and then come with it. But don't nobody know this but Chris. You don't even know this. So the day we had the table read, right? I finished the script totally that morning. So like,
you were still making copies with your
I didn't go to church that morning. My wife and kids, they went to church. He going, no, I got to finish the script because we got table reading today. I went up in our theater room, closed the door, went to type, finished it up like that morning. Saved it, went to Staples, printed out the scripts, and went to the table read.
2 days before the table read. Hey man, you finished? No, I'm doing when I get home. What? You got the table read in 2 days, right?
And I finished it like pressure, there it was.
He came to the table, he had a box there, a box full of folders, a box
Highlighters and everything.
He was stapling and putting stuff in and
that was like the most, I was so nervous that day because we had a room full of people. And I had picked these characters by hand because I watched social media. A lot of the people that I cast, I knew.
Okay.
When I picked them, we read, and I'm just sitting back like, man, I hope they like this. Like, we got to the end of the script, and I was like, so what y'all think? It was, we like it.
Got that burden off you.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I can breathe now.
man.
Tell them, man, there's levels to that nervousness.
There is.
When you write it, the first nervousness is a table read. Are they gonna like it? You know, because I know typically people send out their scripts before the table read, but I like to do it that night because I want to see the natural reaction of what you think of it. So that's the first nervousness. Then you set up your shoot date, especially the first time. Now it's good. Now you worry about, are they really gonna show up and film this? Are they taking me serious? Like, are they really gonna show up? Well, I'm gonna be by myself, like, where everybody at? So that's the second nervous. You get over that. Then once the movie is done, you got to sell the tickets for the premiere. So I hope they buy my tickets. That's the nervousness. Okay, now you done sold a lot of tickets. Now it's premiere night. Oh man, I hope they really show up.
That's when you rank. That's when you rank right now.
Yeah. Like I'm like, I hope they really show up. The tickets sold, but I want butts and seats. You know, I want to see the place packed. So you're nervous over that. So now you see the place is packed. Now you're nervous. It's
Because they're gonna watch it.
Oh, they're gonna like it.
So like that day, I watched Lines of Allegiance on premiere day. I uploaded it from Chris' computer, and we both do courier work. So I'm on my route. Like, I drive to South Georgia. It's a good way. So I got it playing. So I'm previewing the movie that morning as I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So I got to the end, so okay, cool. But got off work, got home, got myself together, grabbed my clothes, got to the Douglas. You know, we always had this ritual where we get to the Douglas like a couple hours early. We be in the dressing room. We kind of, we talk.
Drink wine.
Yeah, we talk. You know, we
Fresh spirits. I don't know what kind of wine they drink.
Well, I think the time that I was most nervous at the premiere, because we have like what they call the Q video.
Yeah.
They had everything lined up from the time, the intro, the commercial, because we have commercials and everything, previews and everything in our premiere. We give you the whole experience.
And I make it easy for the guy at the event, well, most of the Douglas. He's a Q guy. So he's really in charge of, hey, I'm gonna hit play at this time. I'm gonna hit play at this time. I'm gonna hit play at this time. I make his life easy because and I hate that I'm this way, but it's hard for me to count on somebody to do something I really need to be done.
Got that. You have to feel in control.
So when I edit everything, the commercial, the previews for the next movie, everything that I do, it's time. And I might throw like a little beep, so he'll know when to actually hit play. You just had to hit play one time, and you can go sit down.
So when it said, now it's time for the feature presentation. When it came on, boom, the intro got a voiceover, me talking to voiceover. I'm like, okay, it started. So I'm looking, so we got this thing, we sit in the back of the theater and watch everybody react to this that sits in front of us. So I'm sitting there looking around like, and they actually had a malfunction. The video guy had the wrong setting on. The whole screen just went red and blacked out. It aggravated me. Man, what's going on? But it made me feel good.
He's like, hey, man, calm down.
I said, no.
Man, it's turning into the Hulk.
But it made me feel good at the same time because the audience was like, man, we were getting into it.
So you was already they was already vibing. Okay.
Yeah.
And they stayed there the whole time. Few minutes it took for them to
like a 20-minute little break or whatever. We had our host go back on stage and keep the audience engaged. So when they gave me the signal, I gave her the signal. So the movie started back. We took it back to where it cut off at, and it ran through. And
I know you guys said there's a feature presentation, so you guys actually presented at a location. Where is that location? Like, how do you guys do that?
The Douglas Theater.
Yeah. The first one was at, what's it called?
Macon.
Anderson Center.
Center, the Goodwill.
Yeah. The first one was there, and they bust my head on price. So that's why we haven't been back there. Okay. But we think for part 2, we're gonna go back there. Okay. We'll take it back to where it started, from the Shadows 2, and just make it a night. premiere the movie, then have the after party in the same spot. So.
How many films in total do you guys have, and how do you guys feel the process of evolution, like from when you guys started to now? How have you guys seen that you guys have progressed from script writing to acting to filming, all of that? What has been your feel on all of that?
Definitely, the quality has got so much better. The guy who filmed my first movie, I don't think he was too experienced at what he was doing. He was supposed to edit the movie and everything. We had a little falling out. He gave me all my footage back, and it was just all over the place. So if you was an editor and I came to you and said, hey, can you edit my movie? You really couldn't, because it's just all scrambled, So it forced me to edit, and it was just going, making, doing his thing, because I was like, I don't want to edit this movie. Like, I seen him edit, and it's like, man, it took him 3 hours for one scene. I don't want to do that. But when I started doing it, and I guess it's a part of that control thing, I fell in love with it. So now I love editing. Definitely the quality has came up. Jeremy did a great job on Curse of a Father, great job on Lines of Allegiance, and now he's coming up in the camera game, and he's doing an awesome job on our fourth one that we're doing now,
Trials of Matrimony. So
we're talking about your new movie coming out, and you guys already working on the fourth?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, where do you guys find the time? Like, I do this I do have clients and stuff like that I work for, but where do you find the time? Like, I know that it's so difficult for me to write just one script. I guess the great thing about it is you guys have found people that you could depend on, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you have videographers that you trust. You have other people that I'm basically running everything. I record, I film, I write, I audio, I do everything.
Right.
And I think that my downfall is the control. I'm so controlling because I feel like I know what I want it to look like, what I want it to sound like, and I just have that fear of that trust.
And that really would push me into the directing mode,
which is where I want to go.
That really would push me there, because Jeremy, awesome film guy, but he couldn't get the angles that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, no, sit the camera right here. And I found myself just moving the camera around. Like, you know what? Let me just direct this thing. Like, so that's kind of how that happened with that.
Another thing that helps us with scenes is we have a 3-camera setup. One angle, wide.
Gotcha.
We getting 3 takes in one.
Okay.
So once that's done, if we got to move it and get another close-up or whatever, okay, that's cool. But that cuts down a lot of production time versus one camera, wide shot, then this angle, because sometimes people gonna trip up in their lines.
Oh yeah.
So we just try to make it quick as possible. Actually, Trials of Matrimony is gonna be probably about our fastest movie we produced so far.
Wow.
Because Lines of Allegiance took a year and a week.
Yeah.
And From the Shadows, 2 years because of COVID.
Yeah.
Christopher Falls, we had a COVID thing happen with that too. So that was like 2 years each on the first 2 projects. And it was a year of Lines of Allegiance, and
this one probably be 5 months.
Yeah.
This one 5 months?
Yeah.
Because we said
in January, he'll probably be done in May.
We set a 6 to 10 week time frame. But we actually took a break in February because February is our busy month. His birthday, his anniversary, Valentine's Day, because we always celebrate their anniversary together with them. So February is just a busy month for us. So we had to just put a pause on production for the month of February. So we started back Sunday. We started back this past Sunday.
So wait, I got a question. You said 5 months, and this is including script writing?
It was already wrote.
I already wrote it.
So how we do that? Once we finish the movie, we take a month or 2 break.
Okay.
So that gives whoever time to finish script, give us time to breathe
while we're shooting.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Like when we was doing Lines of Allegiance, I was writing Curse of a Father. I mean,
Trials of Matrimony.
So once that's done, once we're done with his movie, now we're going to the next movie.
Gotcha.
So now that we're doing Trials, I'm finna start working on From the Shadows 2 script. So then that script is done. Then when we're done with that,
our first company,
From the Shadows 2.
Well, yeah,
we're gonna do our first company after that.
So you guys don't stop working. I know that you guys kind of touched base on some obstacles that you guys did face in the first one. What have been some major obstacles that you guys have faced in the filming process? And then what was a way that you guys overcame that? Getting extras?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a major thing for me, because a lot of scenes I write may be based in a club or a lounge or a church or something like that, and you want it to look packed, Correct. So you tell people to come out and be extras. It's getting better now, but it's still not where we need it to be.
Everybody gun holy first said.
Yeah. I want to do it.
But you said a mouthful on the promo video. You're saying that it's harder because you have to prove your vision, to get them to believe in your vision with you. And once you get to a certain level, then they start to gravitate
towards it.
So when you said, I said, wow, so he really understand. Like, that you spoke that perfectly.
I think creativeness, man, you have to be the first one to believe in that vision. And I know that you guys are 100% in this, right? Like, you guys have already seen what this could be. But when I met you guys and I just started seeing your guys' social media and everything you guys do, I see you guys taking over kind of like Tyler Perry did. You know, this man started the same exact way. There was no breaks. This guy, you know, was living in his car after he got kicked out of his apartment, and now he just bought a $100 million house.
And then he built a $100 million
studio
compound studio.
And then he listened to his story, and it's kind of what I was telling him today, what we was talking about. You can't blow yourself up. Because Tyler, I remember him saying when he first started doing plays, he would give tickets away, and it still only be like 10 people in the audience, 15 people, 20 people. And he just kept working on his craft, and it got better, and people just started, as you say, gravitating to him. I get the fake it till you make it thing, but only the man above can blow you up.
You see, I used to love when I watched movies on DVD, going back to watch the movie with the commentary playing. Because I love to see and hear with each scene what happens behind the scene and what made each scene happen. Do you know that man went back and filmed in the same court that he went to for an eviction?
Oh, wow.
In his movie.
Wow.
So he went back as a rich man and filmed in the same courtroom.
That's powerful.
That evicted him. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
powerful.
That was motivation.
But ever since we started doing movies and we go down, I go to the movie now, I don't even look at the actors no more. I want to watch the credits because that's where the magic happens. The credits.
That's what no one sees.
Yes.
Everyone sees whoever's on screen, but no one sees what it took to build it all.
Yes.
Because I used to think, man, I thought it was simple.
Yeah.
But the complexity of it all. There's a lot of people talk about what they're gonna do, but you guys have been showing it. I don't hear you guys out here, oh yeah, we are about to do this. No, you guys are doing it. And you're showing the work, which is the only way that you can make it happen, right? Like you can't, I'm gonna be this giant film, production. No, you guys, you have to put the work in. And the people that put the work in are beating people with talent, are beating people that, and which I'm not saying that you guys don't have, you guys 100% have it, but I'm saying like there's so many people out there thinking, oh, I'm so great at what I do, but they're not doing anything with what they do. Right. You guys are not only proving that you guys have what it takes, but you're doing what it takes to make it happen. So that's why I look at you guys and I'm like, man, I'm like super hyped, I'm like, yo, I met them. Like these guys are going in, they're doing their thing. So I see you guys doing something like that.
Yeah. And thanks for having us, man. Like, thanks for even recognizing us and thinking enough for us to even bring us in and talk to us.
Always, man.
And back to what you said about the challenges. So
challenges, yes.
The challenges that we had with Lines of Allegiance was, first of all, lining everybody's schedules up. Like we said, we live regular life. Everybody works. I had a couple actors from out of town. So we had to kind of work around their schedule. I had to recast for a role mid-production because schedules wasn't lining up. Person, they had to quit, so I had to replace. We had to go back and reshoot.
Oh man,
those scenes over again, and it was difficult.
He hates.
You telling me? You telling me?
So that mainly might have held up that production by 3 months by going and having to redo scenes, reshoot scenes, and once we got back going, and we met some people. Shane Levy was a good asset to the project. He introduced us to people that we did a scene at an old back in Pine View. Okay. And it was about to turn into a liquor store. And he inboxed me and said, hey man, y'all want to use that building, need to make a move on it because they're about to turn into a liquor store. So I said, hey Chris, need to go in here and get this scene together because they're about to change it. We already had them put this in the atmosphere a long time ago. So we gathered everybody up. We went out there and
it's like, it's kind of small. So I'm gonna make it work.
But in the scene, if you watch the scene, you cannot tell that building was small at all.
When I get finished editing, it's gonna look like a big warehouse.
Shout out to Shane, man. Shane Levy, Shane, the assets.
Lines of Allegiance by far was like the most action film we ever done. It set the bar for action. So we talk about all the time. From Shadow 2, we got a top Lines of Allegiance and with action with From the Shadows 2. We already set that bar. So we got to just, each project we elevate.
we in competition with ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the best competition.
Yeah.
Competing against who you were yesterday.
Yep.
What keeps you guys motivated to continue doing this? That you can be like,
That was just about to say that for me, it's these guys
Each other.
and females that, man, I was blessed with a team, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm blessed with a good team. If you look at the first movie and you look at the one we're doing now, you probably gonna see mainly the same people, because I just like, they've proven themselves to be who they are, you know, and it's not been any drama since 2019.
Wow.
You talking about females, guys, whatever. Is no jealousy, none of that crazy stuff, you know. So you find something like that,
that's
you
gold.
gotta keep it.
That is gold.
So I try my best to do right by them, because I know they do right by me. So
That's a great topic that you hit on, is building a team that is going to support your vision, is going to have the same vision, and they're going to work towards that. And which is something that I was going to ask you, is like, since 2019 and all the movies that you guys are doing, have you guys already found a core kind of group? And I guess you kind of answered that already. So I think that's great, honestly. I have since 2009 trying to find a team. So I salute you guys for doing that, you know?
Well, speaking of the core group, that's what Triple M is. So Hughes Imperial is the brand,
Okay.
the company. Triple M is the creator group, the writers. So it's like, what, 9 of us? 8, 9 of us?
but I wasn't just limited to Triple M, because we got the females that's that's been down since 2019 too. Shout out Zamisha West, shout out Rashida Nella. Those 2 females have been like ride it out since 2019. Shout out to Miko Morris, man, killing it,
Man, she catches everything.
Assistant director.
Man.
It's the first time we used an assistant director, and it has made my life so much easier.
man.
She catches everything.
Like, she catches everything. Like,
That's really good to find people like that, man. My question to that is, how do you find people?
That's just been a blessing.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's just been a blessing.
And I think they kind of find you. And when you find people who believe in your vision as you do, genuinely, and it flows natural.
There's 2 females I name. I actually typecasted them for the first movie, and it's just like you say, that bond, that chemistry, it happened. So we stayed along for the ride, and one of them actually co-starred with him and Curse of a Father, the second one that's on Tubi. So Zamisha West. So like I say, man, it's a blessing, man. Like, it's no scientific way I did it. It's just, hey, you want to be in the movie, and they just happen to be the right pick, you know.
Wow.
Well, the way they go around and pick the characters for the movie, man, how did you see this? I didn't see that. How did you see this? You know, because they'll look at somebody and say, yeah, he can play songs. I'm like, he can?
It's like a typecast thing, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a typecast, and don't get me wrong, everybody who plays a role isn't that person, but you can look at somebody and say, okay, I'm gonna typecast them for this, or you can look at a person and say, I know they can pull off this. So it's either, I believe that you can act this way, or your personality is kind of this way, so you can fit this. So it's gonna be one or the other.
Right.
But that'd be the hard, the person that had no act experience. Come on, I want to lead. You ain't never did that.
Right.
But sometimes you get lucky. I'm lucky. You know, sometimes you just get lucky. You know, where everybody, I want to lead the movie. Okay, but I stuttered. You can't lead the movie then.
I mean, my first part in the movie, I had a small part in From the Shadow.
Yeah.
But I made that small part memorable.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't forget me in that. So, I mean, it's nothing too small of a part in the movie. It's what you do with it.
What about gear? What kind of gear did you guys use for this film?
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I'll see you guys next week for part 3 and the final rundown of this interview with these amazing independent filmmakers here in Middle Georgia. If you have any questions that you would like to ask them, make sure you comment them down below. But also, if you have any questions for future interviews or future videos that you would like to see on this channel, make sure to comment those right down below. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so that we can continue to make this amazing content for you guys. Salutations.